As we're getting ready to fill it, you can see why we installed the sprayer before. It's not so much that there's no access, it's just a little far away to hold the tool and be steady. So the fill and vent ports that are going to be a more frequent need of access are in the front. I'm going to drape just an old towel / shop rag over the side so that the hoses don't have a chance to hit the paint. And they reach past the wheel well. These are 5 feet long. We talked about how long this should be. Oh, that's not going. So that they're not fighting you while you're doing this. And these big beefy handles are really, even the hex knobs, I thought because they're smooth, I think it's a Delrin, colored Delrin. It's very easy to get a hold of them and feel comfortable that they're not slipping and becoming a problem. So it's kind of indifferent which one you use as a vent, which one you use as a fill. They both serve the same purpose, but you do want this, one of them to let air out and the other to have the water in. So we're ready to go get our hose and put some water, some wooter in the wooter. Now before I actually get to hooking up the water, I really want to be sure that that rubber stopper is in there. Now the rubber stopper is not waterproof. But it's just an extra measure between an individual splash, or maybe it's raining if you're at camp or something like that. So do protect the power outlet because you don't want to fight to get moisture out of it, and the pump draws enough amperage that it would be a very bad day if you got yourself with the water while you had power applied. I'll leave the left camera one as vent. And turn on my valve here and start filling. Now, as I watch the vent, certainly I can overfill and let it run out in the ground. And then I'd want to hook up power and spray out the excess that's in the vent. But hanging it over the truck's probably going to clear most of that just by siphon effect. So once I see the vent hose not just foggy with moisture but filling up with water, should be pretty clear. Or it'll come out and get my feet wet. That will also be another indication. It sounds like it's getting full, and there we are. You can see there's some water up in the vent, but it gurgled back down when the fill hose took off that pressure. So I'm going to disconnect and let it siphon out. I'm just watching as it releases a little bit of the internal pressure. You can see there's a little, maybe a little shake. And it's even my first time, so I'm just being a little careful. I'm doing the one furthest from the power port first, in case there was a spill. See a little run there. Number one, the towel serves another purpose. And number two, there's a little, in my driveway, most driveways have a little slope. So hood downhill means there's not going to be a lot going towards the power port, and it's raised a little bit to help with that. That's not too much. Snug. Good gaskets on these. Haven't shown the inside, but it's a very standard garden hose compressible rubber washer. Easy to go to any hardware store or Home Depot or anything if that were cut or fell out or you lost it. All these things are designed to be very standard parts that if you're out in the field anywhere, USA or other country, for the most part, you're going to have a very easy time getting another one of those things at a hardware store. Another just gentle, careful. If it all rushed out, at least it's coming towards me and not running towards the power port. That's right at the top. I will call that huge success that I did not get any of the overflow onto my shoes. We really do recommend that a nice good sized shop towel. This hangs over, this goes past my bumper. It means as I'm handling the hoses, one of the collars or even a hard metal part is less likely to ding the paint. Keep it safe, PPF or no PPF. You don't want to have that accidentally happen. So next I'll get the battery brick out. Those of you that have a 12 volt DC could actually run right to your 12 volt with the right adapter end and hook up to that. But the next bit will be me doing some sprayer tests.